I would call to order the Village of Westmont Planning and Zoning Commission meeting for May the 12th, 2010. May we have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Thomas?
Here.
Commissioner Pill?
Here.
Commissioner Anton?
Here.
Commissioner Van Buren is here. Commissioner Fidesco?
Here.
Commissioner Fleet?
Here.
And Chairman Richard?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Okay, if you would please all rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. While I have you standing, please, I would ask that you silence any and all electronic devices and sign in when you approach the podium. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting myself. While I have you standing, I need to swear you in, so I swear that any testimony I give this evening will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God.
I do.
Thank you. Thank you, John. Old timers, you gotta retrain us.
That's how we're keeping you around.
Yeah, earning my money.
Standing on hold so long.
Okay, first order of business would be the approval of the minutes of our April 14th, 2010 meeting.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Pill, seconded by Commissioner Anton. It's called to our attention that there's a typo on the adjourning time, and so we can have that corrected. Is that all right with everybody?
Absolutely.
Okay, any further discussion?
Exciting.
May we have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Thomas?
Yes.
Commissioner Pill?
Yes.
Commissioner Anton?
Yes.
Commissioner Van Buren votes yes. Commissioner Fidesco?
Yes.
Commissioner Fleet?
Yes.
And Chairman Richard?
Yes. Okay, under new business, first order of business, planning and zoning item 10-011, Mark Iuzzo of Lamborghini Chicago regarding the property located 209 East Ogden for the following. A, amend special use permit to permit the parking of up to 10 vehicles in the front yard setback. Good evening, sir.
Hi, excuse me. My name is Chris Greco. Mark Iozzo, the owner of the dealership, couldn't make it tonight. I'm the controller of the dealership, and so I'll be speaking on behalf of our car dealership.
Please proceed.
Pretty much, right now, we received a letter about a year and a half ago saying someone complained about the cars on our front line, which is on the south side of Ogden Avenue. And we received a letter saying that we only had up to 4 cars. However, we have ample space to allow up to 10 cars on our front line. Since that time, we also brought over Lotus, which is a smaller sports car. So up to 10 would really maximize our Lotus display to put those cars out. Most likely, we would only have that like if it was a special event, but that is the maximum we can fit on that front pad. It wouldn't block any traffic onto Ogden Avenue. To get into that paddock is from our driveway, so it wouldn't impede any traffic, as well as pedestrian safety. There's nothing going over a sidewalk, and pretty much just another reason is to stay competitive in the marketplace. Seems like a lot of dealerships just have all their cars lined up right on their lots, and that's pretty much what we're looking to do.
I don't imagine you have too much competition with Lamborghinis and
Right.
Lotuses.
It is yeah.
All right. Anybody from the public wish to speak on this? We'll close the public comment. Staff?
The commission may recall back in 2004 when the dealership was approved, a special use was granted for the dealership, but a condition of that was that the cars be limited to 4. And I think Mr. Greco did a good job of explaining the situation to date. However, in order to increase the number of cars to 10, they do need to amend that special use permit. They aren't proposing any modifications to the parking pad. They're going to leave it as is. And I think that's it unless you guys have any questions.
Okay. Commissioner Thomas, we'll start with you, please.
If, Shannon, you can refresh my memory, why we settled on 4 when everybody up there, is straight across the line, everybody lines up their cars here. There obviously was some reason, whether granted, they didn't have the additional car manufacturer that they're representing now, but why 4 then?
I'm not sure if Fred or John could speak to that better than I. They were here that time.
Good question, Commissioner. I think at the time, the dealer indicated that this was a very low-volume, high-priced brand of car, and for that reason, most of the Lamborghinis would be stored indoors at night, and they had very little need to or desire to display them, fearing that potential of vandalism or something like that. Now that they have the Lotus brand in addition, and have also, I think, been selling a considerable number of high-end used cars, I think the need to display the additional vehicles is warranted.
Very good, thank you. That's all I have.
Commissioner Pill?
Fundamentally, I don't have any problem with that. I think the display is fine and it's attractive. I guess my question would be more about what we can expect in the future. I was seated here when you guys agreed to the 4 cars, and I've driven by many times, and most of the time there's more than 4 over the years. There's 4 right now, I know, but
We've strictly had it 4 since we received that letter.
Okay,
Whenever
but-
that letter was, I promise you, our staff has been 4. The owners have been asking, when is it going to be resolved? Since that letter,
so it's been before that then, okay?
yes, correct.
So I guess my question is then, will we begin to see 12 and 14 then, or?
No, there's a limited space. It's a paver brick paddock, so there's limited space. It's only so long. Unfortunately, I don't know the dimensions.
I'm familiar with it, I've seen it.
But,
Yeah.
But the only way we can get exactly 10 cars is if it was all Lotuses, because it's a very small car, and most likely we don't have 10 Lotuses, and it would be for special occasions, as if a Lotus event or a grand opening for a new model, maker model.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I'm not really against it. It's just I was here when you guys agreed to 4, and there were many times where there weren't 4. So if we agree to 10, are we going to see 12 or,
It's
other
not,
things? So can't happen, huh?
Good point, but it won't be possible. I mean, to the right is there's a little patch of grass, and then it drops off to the next property.
That's correct. That's correct. Okay. No further questions. Thank you.
Okay.
Commissioner Anton?
Okay, if you had the space, would you put more than 10? No, but I think what he's trying to say is if you should come in before you do it and obviously get the special use or whatever changed. And I think because we're very dealer friendly, I mean, we love the dealers. So, I mean, no big deal, no harm, no foul. Like Ferraris, Lotuses, all that stuff, your Lamborghinis, but I don't have his kind of money.
One thing it has done is since the 4 cars, it makes us display the cars differently, but there's still more just open space there. that
Good
we
luck
could
with
use.
Commissioner Van Buren?
If the the complaint that precipitated this hearing is against 4 cars and we grant it, won't the complainant still have the same complaint?
The complainant, I believe, Commissioner, was aware of the limitation of 4 cars and wanted to know why the law was not being enforced.
Okay, I don't have any problem with it, as long as you keep it within the the pad that you've already got there. Thank you.
Yeah, I just have.
Commissioner Fidesco?
I jump-started there. No, I had a couple questions, but the first one was regarding the complaint. Did the complaint address any other issue other than the number of cars because they knew, maybe they were encroaching on the sidewalk or anything?
No, the only time I heard it was when we received the letter saying it was complained about.
Okay, all right. And as far as the number, you say that maximum would be 10 Lotuses. I know the size of Lotuses, and I know the size of Lamborghinis. The Lamborghinis are slightly larger.
Wider.
Yeah, they definitely are wider. They're full body. As far as how many would you typically have there? I know the maximum is 10, but would you typically have maybe
6 to 8.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, because what we have, and it's not just Lotus and Lamborghini, those are the unique cars, but we also want to display our used car inventory, and which is everything from a Mercedes to Porsche to Lexus. And we need ample space for our customers to get in and out of them too.
They could be full-size
Right.
automobiles.
Right, we can have full-size sedans, large Mercedes. We have enough space as it's facing Ogden that there's enough space behind you to actually do a 3-point turn, to get cars in and out.
Okay. All right, I don't have any objections.
Commissioner Fleet?
No further questions.
And I also, I would question in number 10, I think 8 would give you a nicer presentation for automobiles, but if you say you're only going to use the 10 like for a special,
Right. The reason is, in our foreseeable future, if a new, let's just say a new model comes out, a Lotus Evora just came out, we had a big party for it. We only were able to display 4 Lotuses out front. That's when the manufacturer comes in from England and things to impress. So that's, you know, that's the main reason.
okay. I have no further questions. All right, since we do have a special use, to amend a special use, we should have a reading of the findings of the fact, if we could have that, please.
Criteria number 1, the proposed use at this location will not have any adverse effects above and beyond those inherently associated with such a special use, irrespective of its location within the zoning district. The applicant is currently permitted under its special use permit to park up to 4 vehicles within the front yard setback. As a result of the applicant's acquisition of the franchise rights to sell the Lotus brand, the applicant desires to showcase additional vehicles in its front yard setback. Its request is consistent with the display of vehicles by other auto dealerships along Ogden Avenue and is consistent with existing parking and front yard setbacks of other businesses along Ogden Avenue. Allowing this additional parking in the front yard setback for the applicant will not impede traffic, increase traffic congestion, impair pedestrian traffic, or create other unique adverse effects on surrounding properties or the public.
If you agree with this, please raise your hand. We are unanimous in agreement.
Criteria number 2, the proposed use meets the special conditions of special condition number 7. The original special use approval demonstrated that the applicant met the conditions of special condition number 7 and that a landscaping plan was approved providing for the screening from view of vehicles awaiting service or customer pickup. The proposed amendment to this special use will not affect or impact the existing landscaping or the applicant's compliance with this special condition.
If you agree with this, please raise your hand. We are unanimous in agreement. The findings of fact to amend the special use permit are hereby adopted. I would entertain a motion to recommend approval to the Board of Trustees, Planning and Zoning Item 10-011, amend the special use permit to permit the parking of up to 10 vehicles in the front yard setback.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Anton, seconded by Commissioner Fidesco. Question on the motion? May we have roll call, please?
Commissioner Pill?
Yes.
Commissioner Anton?
Yes.
Commissioner Van Buren votes yes. Commissioner Fidesco?
Yes.
Commissioner Fleet?
Yes.
Commissioner Thomas?
Yes.
And Chairman Richards?
Yes. All right, sir, you have our concurrence for this, and staff can tell you when you'll have a Thursday evening
Right.
committee of the whole.
Thank you
Good
very
luck to
much.
you.
Okay, thank you.
Next item, Planning and Zoning Item 10-012, Lisa Ellerby with Bahardi Patel regarding the property located at 110 South Cass for the following. A, special use permit request to operate a ground floor beauty parlor in the B1 Limited Business District.
Hi.
Good evening.
Alicia L. Ellerby.
I hope I pronounced it.
No,
I apologize.
you were close.
If you would please, tell us what you want to do and why, and
Okay. Well, I've been beautifying the women of Westmont and the neighboring cities for the last almost 17 years here. And I'd like to move 2 doors over to a larger salon and continue my business here in Westmont.
all right, that's fairly straightforward. Yes, would you explain any parking problems, if there may be any?
There are 8 parks in the back, and there is off-street parking also. So I doubt if there would be any parking problems.
Okay. Does anybody from the public care to comment on this? We'll close the public comment. Staff?
Thank you. As a salon in the B1 district, a special use permit is required. The previous tenant there was the Kilja Salon, and they have been vacant. It has been vacant for over 90 days, so unfortunately, the new tenant, potential tenant, can't just move in without first obtaining a special use permit. It's about 1,000 square feet, and I believe Ms. Ellerby plans to have 2 employees and 3 chairs, which results in a parking requirement of 8 spaces. And I think there's more like 14 in the parking lot alongside the northern wall of the building. So there is adequate on-site parking available for the development.
Okay. Commissioner Fleet, can we start with you, please?
Would you tell us about the signage that you're going to have?
Signage, right now, there was something that killed your head up there. And I plan to put another sign similar to what was there when she was there. Because there's already something there, and if I don't put something there, it'll look, not well, so.
And that's not a lit sign that's up there, right? Or is there lighting on that sign?
Yes.
Okay, backlit.
It's backlit,
And you would do something similar to that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
so it wouldn't be an eyesore.
please.
And that would require, Commissioner, a traditional sign permit application with the village as well.
Right.
Okay, that
You'd
was the
be
next.
allowed up to about 45 square feet in that case.
Is that pretty much in keeping with what's there now? Should
I
she
don't know
have to
the size of the
downsize?
existing sign, but when the permit is applied for, we would definitely have to verify that what's proposed is within those parameters. And I'd be happy also to work with you. We've got some downtown design guidelines that would be helpful as you're looking at doing the sign.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just concerned that with the not being able to find a permit for the previous tenant, that there might be something with the signage that previously was okay, but now under new.
Well, the special use permit would be separate from any building permit for signage, so it would have been an entirely different application process. I believe there's probably a sign permit on file so that we could try to get some dimension information. Ultimately, though, that becomes the applicant's burden to provide the detail.
Okay, no further questions. Good luck.
Thank you.
Commissioner Anton? I'm sorry, Fidesco.
We're switching seats. I see it as very simple here, that your existing business, you have basically either been grandfathered because you were here before the special use district was, or the limitation was enacted. So basically, you're just trying to stay in business, and I don't see that there's a real problem. You have an operating business, you're just moving a couple doors away. And
Yes.
I don't see that there should be anything that would prohibit you from doing that, and I'm in favor of you being
Thank you.
given the permit.
Commissioner Van Buren?
I agree with what Commissioner Fidesco said. Good luck to you, and I'm glad your business is growing.
Thank you.
Commissioner Anton?
Totally against this. Kidding. We'll help you move. Good luck.
Thank you.
Commissioner Pill?
What's the size differential between what you're giving up and what you're going into?
Where initially I was at 26 North Cass Avenue, where I had 1,400 square feet.
Okay?
And after being there 11 years, Andrea bought the building and put a fitness center there. And since I was only in a third of the building, I was thinking I could stay, but at the last minute she decided that I couldn't, and so I had to find some place like right away. So I ended up in a 400 square feet place. I've been in that 400 square feet place for almost 5 years now, and I cannot wait to get out of it.
So you'll be going up to about 1,000 square
Yes.
feet then, okay? As I was sitting in front of your place, I was contemplating and I was thinking how nice, it almost seems like sort of a neat marriage that you have, in my terms, a beauty shop and a barber shop sort of together there. And
It's
so I
too
thought-
tiny,
Yeah,
too tiny. I've been cramped for a long time.
I didn't realize it was just 400 square feet.
That's it. You walk in and you walk out.
Well, great. I hope this works out for you. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Commissioner Thomas?
I'm glad you're doing well enough that you need the extra space. Good luck.
Thank you.
I also like to congratulate you for needing the extra space. I do have a question. Would you be, or would the landlord hopefully be doing something to the front of the building beside the sign?
Yes, I'm hoping, because I noticed recently they defaced the building. They
Looks
did
terrible.
something different just recently, and I have not signed a lease there yet, and that would be a condition of my lease, that I wouldn't move there until that was taken care of. And there's something with the sidewalk also.
Okay, Mr. Kimball?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, the owner of the building came in last Friday afternoon with an application for a downtown development grant to redo the facade on the front, change some windows, signage would be eligible for a grant in there. We have yet to schedule, find a time where we could schedule a meeting of the Downtown Development Grant Committee, but we're going to do that at our earliest opportunity to move that along.
Good. That sounds great. Well, I also don't have any problem whatsoever, and I'd like to congratulate you on beautifying the movement. Westmont, you're doing a good job.
Thank you.
Okay, since we have a special use, we need some findings of fact, so if we could have the reading, please.
Criteria number 1, the proposed use at this location will not have any adverse effects above and beyond those inherently associated with such a special use, irrespective of its location within the zoning district. The applicant has operated a beauty salon at a different location within the same block as the subject property for the past 17 years without incident. It is not expected that the relocation of this beauty salon to the subject property will result in any adverse noise, traffic congestion, parking problems, litter, or other adverse impacts to surrounding property owners or to the public. Perhaps we should change that to 5 years in light of the applicant's testimony.
Yes.
Same block for 5 years, right?
Yeah, okay.
Within, or maybe we should just say
In Westmont.
at a different location within the village.
Within the downtown district or something to that effect, yeah.
Okay. If you agree with this, please raise your hands. We are unanimous in agreement.
Criteria number 2, the proposed use meets the special conditions of special condition number 2. The proposed use will not result in appreciable traffic congestion or hazard to pedestrian safety. Immediately adjacent to the proposed building is a private parking lot featuring 14 improved diagonal parking spaces for the salon's customers. Given the availability of this off-street parking, other public parking in the immediate area, and public sidewalks which service this use and other businesses in the area, this proposed use meets special condition number 2.
If you agree with this, please raise your hand. We are unanimous in agreement. The findings of fact for a special use are hereby adopted. I would entertain a motion to recommend approval to the Board of Trustees under Planning and Zoning Item 10-012, a special use permit request to operate a ground floor beauty parlor in the B1 Limited Business District.
So moved.
Second.
That is a motion by Commissioner Thomas, seconded by Commissioner Anton. Question on the motion? May we have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Anton?
Yes.
Commissioner Van Buren votes yes. Commissioner Fidesco?
Yes.
Commissioner Fleet?
Yes.
Commissioner Thomas?
Yes.
Commissioner Pill?
Yes.
And Chairman Richard?
Yes. All right, you have our recommendation, and staff can tell you when you'll be scheduled for a Thursday evening committee of the whole for the Board of Trustees, and the best of luck to you. You're more than welcome. Next item on the agenda, administrative appeal.
Did you get the email from her that's been dropped?
Oh, this has? No, I did not open my emails.
Yeah, so we
It
can
was a
just,
month ago.
Well, I'm behind.
we can just remove this from the agenda and the minutes.
Does that require any action on our part? Okay.
Okay,
Mr. Chairman, we might just explain for the commission's benefit, we did receive word from the attorney for the property owner that they did not wish to proceed with the appeal. I think upon advice of our legal counsel, what we are going to do in the meantime then is we have mailed demolition permit applications to the attorney with the stipulation that they be filed forthwith with the Village of Westmont, and in the meantime, we will probably be writing code enforcement violation citations to the property owner, which, if they promptly demolish the property, can be torn up before they have their court date set. So that's the track that we would like to run on.
Because they've accumulated a pretty big indebtedness to us, considering $750 a day.
That's, of course, for the judge to decide, but that would be the upside potential, which could be a considerable sum of money.
well, if they don't take it down, it looks like it's probably going to fall down pretty soon anyway, so.
Pretty rough shape.
All right, since we have nothing else scheduled, any commissioners have anything they care to discuss this evening? Staff,
Nothing further?
I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Pill, seconded by Commissioner Anton. All in favor, say, notify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned.
We're out of here.